I personally am sick of being poisoned. I personally am sick of being poisoned, by the government, by corporations who basically own the government. It's a very corrupt system. You have to be in the know to know. Now you're in the know. Now you know? But seriously, this is serious business. This is our lives. This is our well-being. We want to be healthy and live long lives, and you can't do that unless you're very careful nowadays, which is sad, but it is the way it is. And I really recommend you guys try to fast, whether it be start with 1 day, start with 3 days, even start with an intermittent fasting or like 1 meal a day. The thing about the intermittent fasting and 1 meal a day, our bodies are works of God. They're miracles. It's amazing what our bodies can do, which is awesome. But at the same time, when you do intermittent fasting or 1 meal a day or something, after about a week, your body adjusts. So when your body adjusts to eating only 1 meal a day, you lose all the benefits of fasting during those windows, right? So that's why I really recommend grabbing it by the balls. We'll say, grabbing it by the balls. Our bodies are amazing and they can do amazing things, but only if we treat them right. In this modern world, it's very easy to end up like the people from Wall-E, where they just sit around and they're fat. That is what it is. They're fat. They don't do anything. They're lazy. And then after that, the body loses its magic. You're just a blob, And that's not how we're meant to be. Mondays. In this modern world, we just have way too much available to us. And that's awesome, but it just puts more on us to realize it puts more on us to have more discipline and self-control. And honestly, I think if everyone can do that, then we're gonna be tight, we're gonna be good. But it's just, these are things we need to think about, We don't want to end up like Wall-E. A lot of people really try to lose weight and give up because they're getting all the wrong advice. Calories in, calories out is true. But whenever you're not eating whole foods, then it's not true. It doesn't work. You could be eating less calories than you're putting in, but if those calories are coming from pizza rolls, you're not gonna get those same benefits from losing weight. You're probably just gonna lose muscle instead of fat, or be full of toxins. And that's how people get cancer and stuff. And I don't want anyone to have cancer, and no one wants to have cancer, and no one realizes the cause of cancer, which is just unnecessary toxins in the body. They'll just be like, oh, you got cancer. We don't know how, But people are starting to wake up now, which is really cool. They're starting to wake up and do their own research, and they're realizing that, no, cancer hasn't always been around. Cancer is a relatively, I wouldn't say new, but in the grand scheme of the world, it's a relatively new thing that happens, that kind of started around the Industrial Revolutions and whenever, science started getting real advanced. But at the same time, bread became enriched, so they bleach the bread, it strips all the minerals, and then they enrich the bread with synthetic vitamins, which leads to, vitamin deficiencies. And some people just become immune to the vitamins altogether, which means they will be deficient in every vitamin. Shit, man, everything's stacked against you, basically. That's why you need to support local farmers. That's why you need to support local ranchers even. Try to get your meat from people right? And sometimes that's hard, but you can also go to places like Sprouts, Whole Foods. In my area, we have a place called Green Market, which is really nice. And there's ways to go about things. And also, it doesn't have to be super expensive either, because I can go to Aldi and get groceries for 2 weeks for much cheaper than I can go to Target or Walmart or anything. And Target has good organic options, but it's super expensive. Same thing with Albertsons. Walmart doesn't have good organic options, and it's still super expensive. Aldi is for the people, all right, guys? Aldi is for the people. If you have an Aldi near you, you need to go to it for real. It's the way to go. This video has been a little sporadic, but let me just break it down for you real quick. Let me just break it down for you guys real quick. I recommend a 3-day water fast. You can drink tea. You can even look it up. There's a couple other things that, won't break your fast. But I recommend, like they'll say gum won't break your fast if it's sugar-free. But this also goes into having some intuition and realizing, hey, these artificial sweeteners that haven't been around that long aren't good for me, might even cause cancer, all these different things. So maybe even if it doesn't break my fast, I'm not gonna take it. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. If you are a gum chewer, I recommend Mastic gum. There's this particular brand that I order. It's straight from Greece off Amazon. And it's still cheap. It's not like I'm paying for importing or anything, but it's Mastiha tears from the tree. So it's like sap. I guess another main theme of this video is just that the corporations and the governments, they're out to get us, you know? And they want us to be fat and sick, lazy and stupid, right? That's what they want us to be. It's our goal to stick it to them and be smart, healthy, happy, big family, have kids, you know, stuff like that. Like almost everything they tell you to do, I'm not saying everything, but almost everything they tell you to do the opposite. And you will live a great life. A lot of people are waking up and, you know, if you're not one of those people, if you still believe in the mainstream lies and deceit, I recommend take a long look in the mirror and a long look at your fellow humans, your fellow common people around you. See why these people are acting out. These corporations are out to get us. Straight up. They're giving us cancer. They're making us sick. Like Coca-Cola and all these other corporations have direct contracts with hospitals. So whenever these sick people are in the hospital, they can feed them Coca-Cola and fucking cereal and, you know, just stuff that's horrible for them and keep them sick. It's truly like the greatest Ponzi scheme I've ever seen. It's horrible. How have we gotten this lost? How have we gotten this bad? The food we eat makes us sick. The people who give us that food are in direct cohorts with the hospitals who do try to make money off of you. They don't want you to be healthy. They give you medicine, pills that have undetermined side effects. They never even really know what it's going to do to you half the time. And those side effects then have to have another pill to treat those. I mean, truly, if you just open your eyes and think, it's not that hard to fucking see through the bullshit. Why would you ever take a pill that has suicidal ideation or homicidal ideation as one of the side effects? That's saying you're gonna kill yourself or others. And you're gonna take that pill to stop your eye twitching or whatever, or some minor problem? Or you're gonna take Ozempic to lose weight when you can just freaking save Ozempic for the diabetic people and lose weight the right way, put in some freaking effort? Ozempic's for people with diabetes. It's not for just normal fat people. Normal fat people need to get off their ass. And this is coming from someone who used to be fat, so I get a little heated about it. I mean, you have no right. You have no right to waste the body and the life that God has given you. Let me calm down. You know, we all want to be happy and healthy. We all want to play with our kids and our grandkids, you know, just live good lives. And so realize that all these companies and shit are out to get you, and they're all like literally, it goes food corporations, hospital, pharmacy. I'll make a chart. I'll make a chart for you guys. We are the common people. This world is ours. The rich, Bill Gates and all them, they want to eliminate us. They want to lower the population. This is a known fact. Bill Gates had a TED talk about lowering population, all right? So don't call me a conspiracy theorist when I'm spitting facts. This is a known thing. They want to eliminate the common people. And you can either ignore that and pretend like it's not happening and live in blissful ignorance and never own anything. You know, I mean, the World Economic Forum says you will own nothing and you will be happy. You know, is that really how we want to live? Or do we want to have a house and property that our kids can play on and chickens and a freaking fruit farm, grow some plants? The modern world has done a lot of great stuff, but it's also done a lot of bad stuff. And it's important to return to basics as much as you can in your life. So guys, I know this video was supposed to be only about fasting. I kind of derailed there and it became another, you know, this is just what I'm really passionate about, guys. I genuinely want everyone to be happy and healthy. I want everyone to stick it to the man, you know? I mean, I know that's cringy, but stick it to the man, all right? The man doesn't like you. The man doesn't want you around. The man wants you dead. The man wants you to have cancer. The man wants you to not have kids. The man puts you on birth control that makes you infertile. The man chemically castrates you through the water, atrazine and fluoride, and calcifies your pineal gland. I know I sound crazy right now, but everything I'm saying is true. I'm just all over the place. You need to be aware. All right? We hold the power. The common people hold the power. If we can just put our minds to it. You look at France, and like my other video, you look at France and UK, even the UK, they're protesting digital ID. They're just like us, besides they're a little British. You know what I mean? But they're just like us. They're divided. They all hate each other. They can never get along. The government can do whatever they want with them. And the government thought they could get away with digital ID. And there are mass protests. Soon the US, we're not too far from that, you know? Soon it'll be us getting digital ID. And do you think we're gonna protest like that? Or are we just gonna let it happen? I wanna say we'll protest, but I don't think so. I don't think anyone can get along. And I think they're gonna use some sort of, if you don't get digital ID, you're a terrorist. This is to keep terrorists out. Or, you know, that would be like the Patriot Act 9/11 type deal. Or, you know, illegal immigration, right? Because that's what they're doing for the UK. And, you know, the US is supposedly deporting millions of illegals with ICE and all that. They're really not. Regardless, you know, they're really not. And they're probably going to be like, well, the mass deportations didn't work, so maybe we should get digital ID and that'll work. And then everyone's just going to be like, yeah, sure, let's get digital ID. And then next thing you know, we all have digital ID and we're all controlled even more. And then social credit comes in, and now whatever you say or do affects if you can buy food or not. You know, you don't realize what a slippery slope this is. Bottom line, these people, these lizards, these demons are trying to kill us. They're trying to lower the population through vaccines, and that's literally what Bill Gates said. Don't call me a conspiracy theorist. Through vaccines and food, hospitals. You know, I mean, don't get me started on the hospitals. You think hospitals are good? There's a reason why they cut the cord early on the placenta, so they can take the placenta. They say they just throw it away. They don't. They sell it for $50,000 to $500,000 or something like that, 50 to 200,000, something, an unbelievable amount because of the stem cells in there. They take baby foreskin and put it in makeup. There's a reason why they really push circumcision, and there's a reason why they really push, let's cut that cord. Let's just cut that cord real quick. Let's cut that cord. I saw something crazy the other day. It was like this lady was like, please don't cut the cord. And she's delirious from birth. You know, she's not in her right mind. I mean, she's in her right mind, but she's very worn out, is what I'm saying. So she's like, please don't cut the cord. And she's like, I'm not cutting the cord, honey. I'm just clamping it, which means you're fucking cutting it, bitch. Sorry, language. But it means you're cutting it. And then she was like, no, don't clamp it. And she was like, you don't understand. Your body is now, the placenta is now sucking the nutrients back from the baby. So if we don't cut this cord, your baby's gonna lose the nutrients. Is that not the most retarded shit you've ever heard in your life? That's so untrue, too. That's not how it works. When the placenta turns white, the cord turns white, the placenta's dry, and then you could cut it if you want. Some people even choose not to cut it and just let it fall off naturally, right? Also, people, they will pull the placenta out. And then next thing you know, these women are hemorrhaging. Just like hospitals are not trustworthy, no matter when it comes to childbirth, when it comes to, you know, just being sick and getting treated. The only thing I'd go to the hospital for is like stitches or something. That's it. I'm not going to the hospital for anything else. I mean, dude, you cannot trust these people. They get bonuses for every child that gets the full 72 shots in this vaccine schedule or something like that. Just the other day, some little girl died from getting 10 vaccines in a row, and the courts finally ruled it as a vaccine death instead of just pretending like it was SIDS or something else. People are finally starting to wake up, is what I'm saying. Be on the right side of history, all right? Don't just stand by. And especially, don't be loyal to the people who hate you. Well, guys, bottom line, fast, reset your body, stay active, work out, be healthy, be happy, live a long, happy life. Don't let these people, these demons in the flesh, tell you what to do. Don't let these demons poison you. Do your own research. Stand up for yourself. And more importantly, let's not be so divided. All right? I touched on this in my other video. They want us to fight a culture war. So you're black and I'm white. You're gay and I'm straight. You're atheist and I'm Christian. So I don't like you. But instead, hey, we have differences, man. But we're on the same team. We're on the same team. We disagree on things. That's okay. What's more important is that we get the enemy out who wants to kill both of us. They want to kill whatever, you're right or left, gay or straight, Christian or atheist, whatever. They want to kill both of us. They want us both dead. Also, they want to control both of us. So wake up to that, and then maybe we can be on the same team. Guys, thank you so much for watching. God bless you all. I'll see you in the next one. Love you, boys.